What's up, y'all? This is Tatiana. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I am back again. I just that was an ode to Kiki Palmer. Yo, I love Kiki down. She is like my favorite cousin in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if and you know where I got that from. If you ever seen her like on a red carpet, you already know. But Kiki, she's just so vibrant and bubbly and funny as hell. Like, oh, I just love that girl so much. But anyway, that was an ode to her because every time I hear her say that, I fall out laughing. But anyway, I am happy to be back today. Obviously, I am in a wonderful mood. It's gonna be a wonderful episode today. I got something special for y'all. So I actually wanted to come on today. Okay, first of all, let me get into my mental health check-in. So I just got off of work. I decided that I was gonna make plans for September, and I actually just got finished talking to my niece. We were both talking about how we want to lose weight, and y'all already know I've been on my health journey for a little while now, and I've been taking it way more serious. So I was just telling her, like, going into September, like, I need to continue to do 45 minutes to an hour of cardio a day. I'm going to have 2 cheat meals a week. The rest of the 5 I'm going to be eating extremely strict and clean. And I want to read at least 10 books a day. I mean, not 10 books, child. I ain't no goddamn scholar. I meant 10 pages a day at the very least. If it's really interesting, because I'm a person who has ADHD, if you haven't figured that out. I am not the kind of person who likes to sit and like be focused on one thing in the quiet, because the one thing about reading to me is like it has to be quiet. Like when I read, I can't really, unless I have like like lofi in the background, like instrumental music or something like that, or like smooth jazz. But I'm the kind of person, like, I get bored very easily, and this is why I need visual stimulation when I'm learning. That is the way that I learn. I am hands-on. I'm just very engaged, you know what I'm saying? So when I have to sit and when I have to read, it's like a fucking snooze fest, and I don't like it. So, but I'm still challenging myself for the month of September to do that. Hopefully with us just having our conversation, because she just went back to school today. I don't know when you guys are going to hear this, but I am recording on the 27th. She just went back to school, and my mom just sent me like this really cute first day picture of her. She just looks so beautiful, with her little outfit on and her little high socks and sneakers, and she just looks so cute in her little skirt. But yeah, I hear her up and just told her how beautiful she was. And we was just talking about like school stuff. Like I was asking her what her favorite subjects is. She said that she wants to do track and basketball this year because she keeps telling herself like every year she want to lose weight. But I'm just like, you know what? Pace yourself. Like we got 4 months left in a year. You could do a lot in 4 months. Trust me. Trust me. As somebody who's been like yo up and down, you can do a lot in 4 months. Like I done went to big back to damn that ass is fat. I promise you, and I'm not saying she gotta have that kind of goal. I'm talking about me. I'm grown. She don't need to be worried about her ass is fat. But I know she's a girl, and that's what girls worry about. But anyway, but yeah, you could do a lot in 4 months. So I told her, like, just baby steps, pace yourself. Like me, even when I have been drinking, like outside of just like water, I had got like these Crystal Lights packets, and they're like 90% like, well, no, they're no sugar. And one of those packets is so crazy. One of those packets, I promise you, I used one of those packets and filled up like, what is this, like an 8-ounce bottle or something like that? I think I may have filled up probably like 6, 7 of them so far, just off of one packet alone. So they last me. I mean, other people's taste palettes is like different, so maybe you might like yours a little bit more on like the sweeter side, but me, I like a little tang. Like if I just squeeze like a little lime or a lemon into there, like with the amount of sweet that it has, I would be like super satisfied, because I just like my drinks to be like refreshing. I don't like drinks so sweet, like I feel like I got a hawk spit after every swallow. But y'all catch my drift. Anyway, so yeah, mental health is great. Like I said, talked to my niece, figured out a plan for September moving forward. But yeah, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. This is going to be like the first episode where it's not like impromptu. Like I actually wrote stuff down. Like I'm really being a big girl and I really just laid it out for y'all because, I'm a professional. So I actually wanted to come on here and talk about green flags, like the prerequisites that I personally feel like I would desire and somebody who may be like pursuing me or somebody who I want to be in a relationship with. Now, I didn't count them, so let's do it now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So we have 8 green flags today. So starting out, I just want to say first and foremost, number one, he has to be generous. I love a generous man. And I'm not even just talking about what like generous with me. I'm just talking about just generous with people, period. Like there is a big difference between like generous and like a people pleasing pushover. Like I don't like that. I don't ever want any man I'm attached to ever be looked at by me or anybody else as a pushover, because if other people know you a pussy and they gonna push you around, I'm gonna feel like I want to do it. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna feel like I want to do it too. It's just in human nature. Like when we see people being okay, I'm not going to say when we see people being disrespectful, we want to be disrespectful too, but we do lose respect for people who allow themselves to be disrespected, pushed around, and just not do anything about it. So I personally would never want to be with a man like that, but I definitely like a man who is generous and who does not mind spending time, spending money, giving good energy. That's what I'm talking about. And also when it comes to other people. So if we're going out or whatever the case may be, and he got it, and we're about to like leave for dinner or whatever, and he want to leave like a tip for like the waitress, he might add a little, put a little extra on it to like make someone's day or something like that. Or he might, help a lady to her car who got like a whole bunch of kids and, ain't none of them trying to help, just different kind of stuff like that. Like I really look to see not only how a man treats me, but how he treats other people, because it is going to be a clear indicator of if these people, how he treats people who can't do anything for him or that he can't benefit from. That is a key element into seeing if a man, me personally, that's a key element for me to see if a man is actually a viable option for or not, excuse me. Moving along, number 2, I don't think this video is going to be like super long, but number 2 is a man who pays attention to detail. And this is like probably one of my favorite ones on the list, because I am like a person who definitely pays attention to detail. I am so analytical, even when it comes down to the way people text me. And that's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's like a flaw, but I'm so big on grammar. I'm the kind of person that'll be like, yo, you gotta make sure that you make it make sense when you typing me or texting me, because I think like, okay, what if you writing like a professional email to somebody? Like, how are you sending this off? To me, what it indicates when people have like, and I'm not saying that you can't put like I or K or what, like use slang and stuff like that. I'm just saying, make it make sense. So at least if you're not going to use the proper grammar, at least have some punctuation in there. Don't have no run-on sentence. Something that is an indicator of, okay, like I actually care about how I'm sending this message to this person, and I will hope to get a great message back. And they are obviously also going to be, they're going to be receptive and reciprocate that same kind of energy. I just don't like people who are just like careless. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be careless when you do certain kind of things. But like I said, paying attention to detail. When I initially like meet someone, or even while in a relationship or whatever, like if I really like them, I'm studying them. I'm studying the things that they like. I'm studying the kind of food that they like to eat, or places that they said that they want to travel to, or just even like their love languages. And there's 5 of those. So, when somebody is particularly paying attention to the things that I like, and they could be like me, I love elephants, right? I love elephants. I love animals, period. But I love elephants, and I like sunflowers, and I like home decor, and I like spicy food, like stuff like that. So say like he calls me or whatever the case may be, and we just chilling in for the night or whatever, or he's taking me out and he's just like, he like, yo, don't worry about it, like I picked out this spot, I know you like spicy food, like we about to head over there. Or if he see like a little cute little chain or a bracelet with like like little figurines of like elephants on it, or something cute like a sunflower on it, or something that I like, I appreciate stuff like that. It makes me feel like, dang, like this person is really trying to impress me and they're being thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? Like they're considering like, wow, this thing will put like a smile on her face. I know it's something that she likes and she thinks is going to be cool. Like, let me go out my way and show her that I'm paying attention to, her. Um but yeah, like I am a person who really pays attention to detail. When I get with people, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I want it to be like an experience. I don't believe in just having it in a relationship. So when I say like I don't want a relationship, I don't. I want a fucking experience. I want the type of shit where we're competing to love each other fucking every day. And even and not every day like in a very extreme way, like, but don't get it twisted, I do like my grand gestures, but I like my small ones too. Like if a guy is if he makes like a thing of like, writing me like, like a little love note or like a note every time he leaves the crib or something like that, especially if he leaving like early in the morning, or um I don't know, just to plan to get me like flowers every Friday when he come home from work. I don't know, something. You know what I'm saying? But I am a person who I understand like romance is fleeting or whatever the case may be, but I wouldn't call myself a hopeless romantic, but I do love the romance. And I don't mind romancing a man who's romancing me. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? You give a lot and I'm gonna give some too. But yeah, I love a man who pays attention to detail because it lets me know like you on my heels and I need you on my heels. I need you obsessed on my body. You feel me? Next. I love random outings. This kind of got something to do with the last one, number 2, but I love random outings. And when I say random outings, I'm not just saying like a date. Like I'm talking about like you hit me up and be like, yo, get dressed, like we going to Walmart or we going to Target, or I want to go out to like this aquarium because it just opened up, like I want to da 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 da, like that's what or let's go to the park, like you know what I'm saying, pack a thing of food, I'm about to get like the drinks and I'll handle everything else, just like pack something for us to eat and then I'll handle the rest. Like that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That makes me giddy. It makes me so giddy. I'm like, you want to take me outside? No, that sounds crazy. I sound like a pleading puppy. No, I'm for real. Like I like being thought about like in a way, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that sometimes a lot of people get with their quote unquote partners and they don't really like them. Like they be like, oh, my partner is my best friend, but y'all not really best friends for real. And don't get it twisted. I think there should be a healthy amount of space. Like you should have your thing going on. I should have my thing going on. And then we come together and do stuff together. But I think it says something like when somebody wants to spend a lot of time, a lot of significant time with you just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's people who feel like, oh my God, like I gotta sit in that the car for an hour, or I gotta, go out with my friends, and that's where I really feel free and alive and stuff. That like you should feel like a vibe within your relationship. Like this shouldn't just be somebody you humping on. And I feel like in a lot of cases, a lot of people just got convenient coochie or dick back at the crib. Like y'all don't really like each other for real. Y'all fuss and y'all fight all the time. And it's a shit show. But anyway, I love random outings, especially like in the fall time and like the ass end of the summer. Like it's like the perfect time to do like random outings right now, because I'm not gonna hold you, I'm not a summer girl. I don't like the sweat. I don't like the sweat. And y'all already know I got like a lot of, well, for the people who know me, I got like a lot of hair, but my hair is usually underneath a wig, 25/8. So when I go outside, I don't want to be sweating. I don't want my lace to lift. I don't want my curls to drop. Like I want to be looking cute when I go outside, because I be in the crib most of the time. So if I'm stepping, like I don't want to go outside feeling uncomfortable, if that makes sense. So taking me like on a random outing, like around this time of year, like full time, where the air is nice and crisp, the leaves are falling on the ground. It's a vibe. It's a scene. Like, that's what I love. So somebody hit me up like, yo, babe, just, get ready. I'm coming to pick you up at so-and-so when I get off of work. Say less, my boy. Say less. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. Moving along. Number 4, it's going to sound mad crazy, but a man who is happy. And I know you're like, well, duh, shouldn't I mean, no. I'm for real. Like, I find it very attractive when I can visibly see I'm out with somebody or we chilling together and like they're happy. Like they're giddy, like me, like how I sound right now. Like, he's not afraid to like show like he's a big kid. He's not afraid to, express himself and be like lively and fun and stuff like that. And I understand like sometimes when you go out, we're not talking about in the crib, but sometimes when you go out with a guy, sometimes as a man, they feel like they had got to be on a swivel and they got to be hyper vigilant of like the environment and stuff. And I understand that. But a guy who just is like, he's just like happy, like he's holding my hand, you know what I'm saying? We laughing and joking and playing around. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just love a happy ass nigga. You feel me? Like, I just love it. I love it. Makes me want to squeeze him, be in his fucking back pocket, because I just hate being around a miserable nigga. Like, nothing irritates me more than just a nonchalant nigga who just acts like he is not having fun. Like, bitch, go be boring in somebody else's face, because I can't do it. I don't want to do it, and I'm not going to do it. Like, I am 33. Like, I spent too many goddamn depressing years. Too many goddamn depressing years going out and being in spaces where I don't want to be. I want to have a good old funky fucking time. And I need you to be on that same kind of energy with me, babe. So yeah, that's whatever that number is. Moving on. I would say the next thing would be slow to anger. So how do I want to say this? So I just said like I want him to be happy, right? I want him to have a positive attitude and everything, but I understand people have both sides. I understand I could do things that piss people off. I understand that life events happen and people may not be in the best of moods all of the time. But even if I am really pissing a man off, or there's something because I don't think that I purposely do things that sometimes I don't. But for the most part, I'm gonna say 90% of the time, I'm not purposely pissing you off. You just pissed off because you just don't like how I'm coming. But 90% of the time, I'm not doing anything to purposely piss you off. But I like a man who is slow to anger, because when he comes and he's talking to me and we can exercise that conflict resolution and he has the right kind of emotional intelligence, he may be upset with me. He ain't calling me out my name. He ain't reaching to grab me. He not doing none of that stuff. If anything, and listen, I got a temper. If anybody got a temper, I got a temper. I would appreciate if that man just be like, you know what? I see this shit is getting heated. I don't want to finish this conversation right now. Like, let's come back and talk about this like in an hour when I cool down. Or, I'm going to go home. I'm going to sit on it, or whatever the case may be. And I'll come over here the next time and we can talk about it. That's fine with me. Like, a man needing a couple of hours to himself or an hour to himself to regroup so he doesn't lash out at me or call me out my name or do all of this other kind of different stuff. Because listen, people be saying like, oh, I would never want to do that. Listen, I be wanting to call a nigga everything but a child of God. So when I'm mad, when I'm really, really mad. So if I'm with a man who I know respects me to that level, nigga, I ain't going nowhere. That is like, that's daddy. That's daddy. Like, why? I want to be his sweet baby dove. You know what I'm saying? And even when I'm mad at him, and when I'm thinking, okay, I'll put it like this, right? We get into it, whatever the case may be. We could get even a little passionate. You might yell a little bit. I might yell a little bit. One of us or both of us say, you know what? We need to chill the fuck out and we need to separate. In that time where we're away from each other, no, I'm not thinking about no other niggas. No, I'm not doing no grit. What I'm going to be thinking about is the way that you handled that. Like the way where you were mad, but you decided to be like, you know what? Like, just not gonna talk to her right now because I want to respect her. I want to maintain the relationship that we have together. Like, you have to start dealing with guys who are afraid to lose you. And men who are afraid to lose you ain't gonna call you out your name. They ain't gonna run to grab at you, and they're not going to continue to want to argue with you. They're gonna want to diffuse the situation as quickly as possible. And sometimes diffusing the situation isn't necessarily talking about it right then and right there. It's saying, you know what, let me just regroup and come back to this at another time. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to hash it out. Y'all can talk about your grievances or whatever. And, let bygones be bygones. Like, I'm trying to love on you, babe. I don't want to be arguing with you, and I don't want to be into it with you. But like I said, I'm a woman who also needs my space. But I will give a man the utmost and ultimate respect once I see he respects me to that level. You ain't, like I said, you ain't calling, cursing me out my name. You not making things bigger than what they are, and you know how to collect yourself and get space when you need it, and then come back and we could actually talk about this like adults. Babe, I'm not going nowhere. We locked in. We locked in. We've been at it since we danced, man. I'm talking about like dead ass. Like, I'm not going nowhere. For sure. Yeah, I love a man who is slow to anger, because that's something that I've been personally working on, and I obviously want my partner to mirror that as well. Let me start counting these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So number 6, minimal escapism. So I'm going to break this down for y'all. Escapism are things that people like to do to distract themselves, i.e. porn, i.e. video games, i.e. drinking, smoking, i.e. just whatever could be a toxic distraction. Somebody who is constantly looking for a getaway from reality. Listen to me though. I don't think that there's anything wrong with necessarily smoking and drinking when it's done in moderation. I'm not a person who desires a man who watches porn, because that's not the season that I'm in my life. And I like a man who is just well disciplined in that particular kind of way. I know that's a special kind of man, so this ain't going to apply to everybody. Like I said, I want the exception. I'm not looking for regular. But anyway, yes, escapism. Minimal escapism. I don't even mind if a man like be on a video game and stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna definitely be in lusty distracting you and stuff like that from time to time when I'm feeling bored. But for the most part, like, I don't mind like if a man is like on a video game for like a couple of hours. It's just long as it's like not OD. Like, you coming into the crib or I'm at your crib and you just, on the game all the time. Like, that's an issue, because then it's just like, okay, why am I here? And I don't mind being with a man while he enjoys his hobbies and stuff like that, but I also don't want to just be like filling space, because if we gonna be together, then I feel like we should be entertaining each other. But again, like I said, I don't mind your time and my time separated. I don't mind that. And I don't even mind being quiet while we're with each other. But all the time, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So yes, minimal escapism. I like people who are present. I like people who like to be in a moment. Like I said, I like to laugh a lot. Obviously, I can see like I'm real goofy. This will probably be like the goofiest thing that I ever put out, because I'm really showing my personality right now. Like, y'all might think I'm super serious. I promise you, I am a goof fucking troop. When I get really comfortable around people, and I think I'm willing to express this because obviously, like, it's my YouTube. Number one. And number two, like, I'm not in a crowd of people like that where I have to be paying attention to like energies and da-da-da. Like, no, I'm just being my regular old degular self right now. But yes, I love people who are present, who want to do stuff that drives our bond closer together. So we could be painting in the crib, we could be listening to music in the crib, dancing together. Like, we could be doing a whole bunch of like different things that doesn't have to contribute to escapism, especially if we with one another. Again, it's cool to have space between the both of you all, but I think like when you come together, for the most part, like, you should be prioritizing having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just kicking it, watching a movie, laughing and joking together, stuff like that. So anyway, what's this? I keep forgetting. I told you I got ADHD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Number 7. It would be, let me grab that. It would be pouring into you. I love a man who pours into you. And when I say pour into you, I mean invest. Invest in all of the ways that you think I mean invest. Say you have like a business venture, or say you have like a project that you're working on or something like that. I love a man who invests into me. Um, if I have a podcast and it's something that you got to pay for, he don't mind spending an extra couple of dollars a month to pour into what I got going on. If I need new equipment or a new camera setup or something like that, even if he can't necessarily give me all of the money for it, he's willing to give me something on it. Or he's willing to give me ideas about different kind of things that could contribute to what I got going on. Like, clearly, I have a YouTube or whatever, so he's giving me ideas on topics. He understands I'm passionate about this stuff. He's passionate about it. I think a lot of people, and we probably may need to do a separate video on that. I think that now that I am in a season, well, I'm always in a season of being purposeful, but you know what I mean. Like, now that I'm being in the season of being real purposeful on what I deem to be, uh, I'm mixing up my words. Now that I am in a season of being purposeful, I want the man to be excited about the things that I'm also excited about. Not every last little thing, because I like makeup, I like clothes, I like all this and the third. I know a man is not going to be 100% into what I'm into, and I know it's not going to be the same vice versa. But things that I really love, things that I'm passionate about, like if he just turning up his nose, or he's just not interested at all, or he's not contributing to it in no way, shape, or form, like I don't want to deal with that kind of man. Because if the shoe was reversed and he has something that he was really into, he would want me to be into that as well. And even if I fake am not into it, like I'm going to get into it because it's you. This is the thing that people need to understand. When people really like you, fuck love. When people really like you, they become interested in the same things that you're interested in. Not because they're interested in it, not because they're faking a vibe or nothing like that, but no, they truly have a great interest in what you got going on, because it's something that lights up your life. It's something that puts you in a mode where you just, you know what I'm saying? You in go mode. So they want to be a part of that. So I wouldn't give a fuck if a man wanted to build figurine trains. I if I felt like, when he described the process to me and I seen him work and I seen him in like his vibe and his mode, he got his music on, he on his little stool and stuff like that, he putting pieces together, he like a little surgeon, steady hands. I would be so enamored to like, okay, so how did you even get into like building this kind of stuff? Like, um, is there like a particular glue you gotta use? Like, what kind of paints? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this something that you want to sell? Like, I'm going to be asking questions and I'm going to be invested to what he's invested in, because not only am I invested in him, but I'm invested in the things that he also finds interesting. So when it even comes to like my podcast, like I said, for an example, right? If somebody is coming to me like, yo, babe, I think this would be a dope ass topic for you to talk about. Or, I seen this camera that I think would really like push your videos through the algorithm, because the better the quality, the better, the better chance that you have for growing your audience. That's the shit that I'm talking about. He talking about, merch, or the whole fucking nine. I want somebody to be as passionate about the things that I'm passionate about, because I'm willing to pour that energy to other people. And I know you shouldn't be looking for yourself and other people, but when it comes to particular kind of things, if you're not excited about my stuff, I'm not going to be excited about you. So anyway, okay, the last one, last and most certainly not least, y'all. Last and most certainly not least. This is perfect because it was 30 minutes, real quick and easy, straight to the point. The last one is, oh, no, I'm lying. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I gassed y'all up real quick. Okay, it's two more left. So the second to last one is that he is consistent. Consistency is definitely key. When you are with a man who is really into you, he is going to be consistent, kind of like a routine. He's going to be kind of predictable. It's the guys who are like, and there's nothing wrong with unpredictability. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it because I'm a very unpredictable woman. I'm saying that for the most part, when people are really into you, they fall into a routine of talking to you, of doing particular kind of things. Like, you're going to pretty much be able to read him. Anybody who's like a scatterbrain and like all over the place, like that's probably not the kind of person, or somebody who just is, it's hard to reach them and stuff. That's not the kind of person that you want to mess with. But when somebody is consistently showing affection, when somebody is consistently paying attention to detail, when somebody is consistently being respectful, when somebody is consistently going out their way to make sure that I'm okay and that I'm in a good headspace, like those are the things that I would like a man to be consistent in. And baby, again, I'm not going nowhere. When I think a lot of men need to understand. I think a lot of men need to understand that women are to be maintained. Yes, you can get women, but can you actually keep one? Okay? How you treat that woman when you pick the right woman. Because y'all want to sit up there and be crying about how y'all can't turn hoes into housewives. And I know a lot of men don't listen to me, if at all, but I know that I have a lot of men who could potentially listen to me. So I'm going to say this just in case you're listening. When you know you can't turn that hoe that you want so bad into a housewife, I know it brings you a lot of pleasure to try to conquer women and different kind of things like that. But get you a real solid woman, because listen, even a solid woman, we be the freak hoes too. We just gotta hide it because y'all not gonna respect us if we don't. So we gotta keep it like, oh no, stop. Like we gotta keep it cute. But I promise you, every man has an inner trick and every woman has an inner freako. You just got to be the right kind of person to bring it out. But don't get upset if you out here picking freakos and mad that this woman is not giving you the time, attention, and love that you need. Pick a woman who is herself very consistent, right? And everything will work out for you. But like I said, when you choose the opposite, you're going to get just chaos every single time. So me personally, I had lost my thought, and in case you didn't notice, I know y'all can't see me right now, but I forgot where I was going with this. But yes, I love a man who is consistent. I love a guy that's what I was saying. So it is your job to try to maintain that woman. When you pick the right woman, and I didn't say a perfect woman, but when you pick the right woman, she is going to be fairly easy to maintain. Now, I didn't say she was going to be easy. I said she was going to be easy to maintain, because if you are leading with the proper things, if you're leading with respect, if you're being a gentleman, if you're being generous, if you're being someone who pays attention to detail, it'll be easy to maintain that right woman for you. When you get mixy ass women who are inconsistent, that's when you discover chaos. That's when you meet your succubus. So she might be able to suck you dry, but she ain't gonna wet you up with love. Okay, I'm babbling now. Anyway, the very last one, and most certainly not least, y'all. I love a man who loves himself. And that might come as a shocker to be on this list, but from my previous experience, and this ain't no shade, because at one point I really didn't even give a goddamn about myself. And like I said on one of the last videos, you are who you attach yourself to. They're going to be a direct mirror of how you feel about yourself. So when I lack self-worth, I picked men who thought they also lack self-worth. And it kind of goes back to, I think, number 3, when I said a man who was just like happy, but not just happy, but a man who was just like joyful. Like he loves himself. He loves the position that he's in, even if it's not perfect, right? He enjoys getting up and putting his feet to the ground. He has amazing self-talk, right? And he is going to continue to push and achieve the goals that he wants to achieve, because he's just like, he feels like he can accomplish anything. And even if I came along being a negative, and I'm not saying I would do this, but even if I came along being a negative Nancy, knowing I have a huge impact over his life because he's in love with me, and I decided to spew all of this goddamn hate and all of this dysfunction, he still would look at me like, bitch, you ain't stopping nothing. And not calling me a bitch, but you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, bitch, you ain't stopping nothing. Like, he has the kind of self-confidence where even I can't say anything to budge him. That's what I'm talking about. A man who truly loves himself, who ain't gonna talk, who ain't gonna take me talking to him a particular kind of way and treating him a particular kind of way, because he loves him. He's done his self-work. He's done his shadow work. He's in the midst of healing, and he's still got more to do, but he's happy about where he's at. He could be in an apartment in a hood. He got all his basic necessities, but he loved, like I said, he loved to touch ground every single day, because he understands it is a gift to be alive. It is a gift to have people love you and appreciate you. It's a gift to be able to pick up the phone and somebody say, I'm proud of you. Y'all don't understand. A lot of men don't feel like that. They be having all of the things. The optics look amazing. They look amazing. And their insides are fucking rotten. And again, this ain't no diss to nobody. I'm just saying that I don't have time to be dealing with a man who does not love himself. Because any man who doesn't love himself cannot love me. He can be infatuated. He can be in lust. He can be in obsession, but he could never love me the way that I want to be loved. So I prioritize that, because some women don't care. Like, as long as a man is just like, spending money, or, giving her some good dick, or paying her some compliments and shit, she don't give a fuck about how that man wake up in the morning and how he start his day. She don't give a fuck about that man mental health. She don't give a damn about what that man think about when he put his head down on that pillow to go to sleep. She don't care. She don't. But I'm a woman who does, because I care about my goddamn self. And because I care about my goddamn self, I ain't got no choice but to care about somebody that I love, that I want to call my own. And I know that sounds crazy. I'm using anyway. I don't want to deviate from the moment we're having right now. I'm just saying, words mean things. Y'all know I don't believe in like the traditional idea of a relationship, or like basic societal standards and blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, I'm making it make sense for y'all. But yes, I love a man who just loves himself, from the way that he grooms himself, from the way that he talks to himself, from the way that, from the things that he decides to pursue on his own journey of being purposeful. Like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So that's my list, y'all. I hope y'all liked it or whatever's. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that was 9. I should have added on 10, but I couldn't. I'm not gonna say I couldn't think of it. I was literally just thinking of these things like last night, and I was like, I have to make this video. Like, I have to. But those are my 9 red flags that I would like in a man. Listen, the prerequisites got a prerequisite. Okay, he gotta come with it, or he gotta get the fuck, But I'm interested to hear what y'all have to say about this video. This felt amazing. Recording this felt amazing. I don't want to talk about doom and gloom stuff all the time. Like, I really want to come to the microphone and tell y'all about different things that are like positive. And we don't always got to talk about fuck niggas all the time. We could talk about the men that we want to manifest as well. And that's the kinds of men that I'm looking for. If you know where I got that from, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. You watch a lot of Big Mama House. But anyway, y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about the video. Let me know what some of your prerequisites and your let me know what some of your green flags are in a man. It ain't gotta be 1 through 9 or 1 through 10. It could be like a 3. It could be like a good solid 3. You know what I'm saying? That you feel like I definitely gotta have this in my man. But y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. I love y'all how I love y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of the big ones. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later.